Title race back on. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dugout Football channel. Liverpool have just won by 3-1 away at Crystal Palace. And my question is the title race back on? We are now 9 points behind Manchester City with a game in hand. Look, what I'll say was, the first 20 minutes, 20 to 25, 28 minutes, absolutely in control. Absolutely in control, and then defensive mistakes after that. Palace, how they weren't, back in with a goal before half time, I will never know. But we managed to dig into, which is a very, very tricky place. You have to say it's a very, very tricky place to go to. Selhurst Park is always a good, very tricky place to go to. Guys, smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button and share the stream if you would like to as well. Also, we'll leave the link if you want to come on and have your say as well. But my prediction at the start of the game for this was 2-1. I thought Palace would give us a very, very hard game, and to be fair, they did. They did in the end. But starting 11. Reds, I mean, I have to say I was quite pleased with the starting 11. It was the same starting 11 from the game against Brentford, and I thought that that was a much better starting 11 for sure. Look, that was the strongest Liverpool team I think you could probably put out. You've got your best back four, you've got your best CDM, you've got Hendo, you've got Jones, and also you've obviously got the front three as well. Look, we will come onto it. We will come onto the key moments, that is for sure. But obviously, we'll start with the first half. We started really brightly, really brightly in the first half. I think you have to say it's a very, very good header from Virgil van Dijk. Look, everyone had said Liverpool scored the most from corners. That was definitely one to look forward to, was that Van Dijk header. It was a great header, a great corner from Robertson. I think Rob Hawthorne said on the commentary that Liverpool have scored more goals from corners this season, or from set pieces. And, I think it's safe to say that Schlupp blocks off Anderson and Van Dijk's got a clear header at it. And it's in the back of the net, which is a very, very good finish from Virgil van Dijk. And just as the game was going on, our passing movement was really, really good. Passing, crisp movement. It was very, very good as well. I do have a guest with me. And he will be here very, very shortly.
Hello?
It is Mr. Michael Talks Football. How are you, Michael?
Oh, my God. I was stressed for the whole second half, to be honest. I don't know what to say, because we got not lucky, but we were just so lackadaisical in the second half, where we just allowed Crystal Palace to get more into the game. And I was just like, oh, God, we're going to bottle another 2-goal lead this season. And then, I don't know what your opinion is, but I didn't think that was a penalty on Jota.
No.
I think Jota was looking for the contact, to be honest. But, hey, I don't care. We got the penalty, and then thankfully Fabinho put it in, and we come away with 3 points. That's the main thing here.
Yeah, absolutely. Title race back on for you?
I mean, I think it's still over. I mean, I would say we have a 5 to 10% chance of winning the league.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. But I was just saying before you came on, I thought our passing in the first half was like the old Liverpool, very, very crisp, very, very attacking, flowing football. And the Van Dijk header is kind of like, I remember I was obviously watching on Sky Sports. I don't know what channel you were watching it on, Michael, but Rob Hawthorne said a very, very good thing. Liverpool have more goals from set pieces than any other team this season. And he said at a time when Liverpool got a corner and Robertson plays it in. Van Dijk, I mean, Van Dijk has a clear header at it, so he couldn't miss. But the thing is, Anderson and Schlupp were actually blocking off each other, so it's poor defending on Palace's part. But that's not Andy Robertson. They got 43 assists for Liverpool.
Jesus Christ! But do we actually have the most set piece goals? We don't hardly score from corners.
Yeah, but we've scored a fair share from free kicks. We've scored now 9 goals from set pieces this season.
Oh wow! I didn't even know that, to be honest, because our corners are abysmal. They're absolutely abysmal this season. We produce nothing from the corners. But hey, if we have the most set piece goals, I'll take it happily because, oh boy, we have. Oh, I don't know what to say. I was so stressed out. I'm not gonna lie, I was so stressed out for that second half. It was just. Not because the second goal, that was like old school Liverpool, like the last couple of seasons where the passing is quick. We move it across from one side to the other. Robertson with a beautiful cross. I was like, okay, good. Then after the second goal, we started kind of sitting back more, and then just Crystal Palace just created chances from our own mistakes. Firmino giving a horrible pass. I think Jota gave one horrible pass. I would honestly say, I don't know who your man of the match is, but for me, it's Alisson because I think he saved us on multiple occasions today.
100%. He was my man of the match. How many saves did he save today? Yep. It was constant pressure from them. But do you know what I have to say? I was happy Ox got his goal. He's waited all season for one, and then two in 2 games, which was excellent. But I have to say, I thought he actually played very, very well. Slight hint of offside. I can see why there's a slight hint of offside because Firmino does actually go for it. But great chest down and a very good finish from Ox.
Exactly. Yep. Great goal from Ox. I'm very happy for him because he's had a tough couple of seasons now. Ever since he had that horrible was it ACL injury? I think it was ACL injury that he had. So happy for him. Virgil getting his goal. I don't know what it is with Virgil. He just looks like he's kind of like jogging through the game. He doesn't look like he's 100% into it with his movement at certain times. He needs to improve on that because, I mean, at least for Crystal Palace's goal, everybody else is pushing up forward to press on the ball, and then he's the only one back with the defensive line, and that's why all the Crystal Palace players were on side. So I'm gonna give him till the end of the season, but he needs to start like just getting more into the game and not just jogging everywhere. I know he used to do that as well, jogging, but. It's just sometimes he just seems a little bit slow, but I can't fault for him. He scored a goal today, thank God.
I know, and obviously, like at that point, 2-0 up, we were looking absolutely comfortable. But after that, they just came on to us, and again, it was defensive mistakes. And you have to say, I know it was offside, but Alisson saved well from Mateta. But you have to say the one where he's just gone wide. I didn't actually think Alisson had saved it, but if you look at it closely, he actually gets a very, very firm touch to it.
For which chance?
One where he goes round Alisson and tries to put it in, and then Van Dijk's on the line, and then I think it's Matip.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, just how many points are we now behind City? Are we 6 points behind City? No, we're 9.
9 with a game in hand.
9 with a game in hand. Okay, well. I mean, I just don't see Man City dropping points easily. I just think yesterday they should have been Southampton. They created enough chances to beat them. But Liverpool have got to kill off games. When we won the league in 1920, it was always comfortable, where it never seemed like the team would get back into it, and we won the games, I think, comfortably. Now, when we're winning these games, it just seems like we're on the edge of our feet, or we're going to collapse and give up a 2-goal lead that we have done multiple times this season. So we need to just control games more. That's the main thing for Liverpool, because we could almost be on equal points with Man City, but we have bottled a couple of leads this season.
Yeah, we absolutely have. Obviously, Brentford is one remembrance of that, and Brighton as
Chelsea.
Well. Yep, Chelsea. Yeah. So when it comes to 2-0 leads, Liverpool fans always fear the worst in that aspect. And to be fair, Palace came out in the second half, and we just did not get going in the second half. I mean, Palace had so many opportunities. I mean, that one from Conor Gallagher, like, I don't know how he misses. He's 4 yards out and he completely misses it.
Yep. And then Oli says chip where Alice had made a brilliant save.
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
he's the best goalkeeper in the world. He does make mistakes time to time on his feet, but he is just a brilliant goalkeeper. I easily would say the best goalkeeper in the world.
Oh, he's just excellent. He really is. And then obviously, yeah, Palace are sort of getting into their stride, and then obviously 89th minute is the very controversial incident. I mean, Jota does well to try and he does his best to try and get the ball down on the deck, but unfortunately, it just doesn't come for him. And I think he just collides into Guaita. I don't think it's a penalty per se. I think it's a very, very harsh decision.
It's soft for me. I don't know how they can see that as a penalty. You look in the slow-mo, right? And Jota obviously loses the ball. He goes towards Guaita. It's not like Guaita's collisioning into him. Jota makes a step towards Guaita, and I'm like, okay. They look at it forever and ever. They just look at I think what VAR saw was just, oh, there's contact. It has to be a penalty. But if you look at the motion of Jota, he's going towards Guaita. I have no clue how it's a pen, but guess what? I could care less. Give me a third goal and make me comfortable. That's the main thing for me.
Yeah, 100%. And Fabinho, I mean, he is in a bit of a goal streak. That's now his fourth goal in 3 games now for.
Is that 4 goals in 3 games?
Yeah.
Wait, I gotta check that. Is that actually true? Because I know he scored against Shrewsbury. He scored against.
Scored 2 against Shrewsbury.
Oh yes,
scored 1 against Brentford, and he scored today.
Wow, he has scored four goals in the last 5 games, because it was obviously the 0-0 against Arsenal, then 3-0 against Brentford. He scored there, and then he was 90 minutes in the League Cup against Arsenal where we won. So, yep, that's 4 goals in 5 games.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Crazy. Hey guys, we will come to your comments now. We will come to your comments. I have seen Ballum in here. So we'll come with that. Good away win, tricky, good draw for Brighton. Yeah, I saw Brighton. Brighton drew with Leicester, which is quite surprising. As well, they like a draw. Liverpool managed to win and is good. Special mention to Liverpool ladies who won away to Crystal Palace. Also, they could go top of the WSL. Very nice indeed. Nice goal for VVD, and Fabinho is scoring goals. Yeah, Fabinho is on a bit of a goal streak, it has to be said. It was a good match. Hello, Michael. Hello everybody. Wasn't a penalty for me, but got away with that throughout whole game. Lucky Palace didn't take their chances, but I'll take it. Big 3 points. Statement win for me at a very tough place to go to. Yes. And their fans kept on singing, Michael. I think there's been a lot of people said that Crystal Palace fans at home behind that goal always make noise, and they were certainly making their voices heard for sure.
Yeah, I honestly, I could arguably say Crystal Palace have the best home support. Imagine if they have like a 60,000 seater stadium, kind of like Anfield or Old Trafford or something like that. The noise they would create is amazing. Just the flags, the drums, and everything. They're kind of like your European fans, where they bring a lot of choreography into it, and that's what I like to see from a football fan support. I'm not trying to hate on English fans, but there's no like flags, there's no like real clapping. It's just more like everybody's just singing one song, go quiet, and then sing the next song. So that's why I really like Crystal Palace, and big up to them. I mean, I think they got a good project going on with Patrick Vieira. They could be easily, I think, if they didn't make so many stupid defensive mistakes, they can be in a Europa League spot, to be honest. But they got a long-term process going, and that Olise guy, he is a problem.
Yeah, he's a cracking player.
He's a cracking player. He's going to be a good talent next couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely. It's quite weird for them having an all French front 3, but I did actually like it. Hello, Niall. Big up, Douglas. That's Luca and Stephen arguing with each other on stream and debating and having a meltdown. You love to see it. Can't even beat Burnley.
Oh God, Arsenal. They haven't won a game in 5. It's typical Arsenal. What do you expect?
Yeah, and Arsenal going to announce a new contract for Arteta.
Are they really?
Weird. Apparently so. The Kroenkes are wanting to give Arteta a new contract before the end of the season.
Oh my God! Oh, what is Arsenal doing? Oh, my God. Anyways, it's not my problem. We're not Arsenal fans, thank God. Otherwise, we would have bigger meltdowns.
Yeah, absolutely. My heart can have rest now after that game. Yep. Finley's in. Hi, Chris. Well done for your match against Football Lad. Allison is man of the match. Should be any debate about that. I think
Yep.
both of us agree with that.
Yep.
Boom, let's go, says Jeannie. All we can do is an F1 term to be like Hamilton chasing Verstappen, which is Manchester City.
Hopefully not, because then that means we would lose the title in the last minute.
Yeah, we don't want that.
No.
we definitely don't want that. It's a pen. The motion is normal when you're trying to get a light touch on the ball. No, for me it wasn't a penalty, but you know what? We all have our opinions, and that's absolutely fine. Guys, I am going to leave the link in the chat if you want to come on. Then that's absolutely fine. But we will go through the player ratings. I mean, Allison today, didn't have much to do in the first half, first sort of 30-35 minutes, but after that, man of the match. How many times has he saved us this season? It's so good having two very, very good goalkeepers now.
Yep, it is. Kelleher is a perfect backup. I just hope he doesn't go anywhere on loan because, well, obviously not this season, but in the future, because he's a perfect backup to us. But Alisson, it has to be 9 out of 10 for me. He's saved us again, and like he has done multiple occasions in last couple of seasons. So Alisson, 9 out of 10, without a shadow of a doubt, man of the match.
Yeah, absolutely. Hello to Dave. Dave, if you want to pop in for 10-15 minutes, then obviously I will leave the link. Give me a wee minute, actually. Give me a wee minute. I need to be careful because obviously I've still got my iPad on absolute complete volume as well. So I don't really want to do that. But let me just try and get the link for you guys. Trent wasn't his best game today. What would you give Trent, Michael?
He wasn't great. I'm judging it by Trent's rating and what we think Trent is, which is the best right back in the world. I think he was kind of poor today. I thought he had really trouble dealing with Schlupp, and I was like, Schlupp of all players has given him trouble, not on a lot of occasions, but his crossing at times wasn't the greatest either. But that pass he gave to Jota for the penalty was, that is just world class. No other right back can do that sort of pass that Trent gave. So for that pass, 7 out of 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, if you are enjoying the stream, please remember to hit that like button and please hit that subscribe button as well. Jeannie says Allison 9. Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. I think Allison 9 is definitely up there for man of the match. Trent, you said 7. Yeah, I think probably 7. I think he looks sluggish as well. Matip wasn't his best game. He's had a few sluggish moments actually in the past few games. Didn't look great against Arsenal in the first half. What would you give Joel today?
He wasn't good either. For some reason, our two center backs today were just all over the place. I don't know what it was. They just didn't seem like they were with each other, moving up, pressing well, sitting back well. They were kind of all over the place. I would give him a 7 because we only conceded 1 goal. I would say 7 for Matip and 7 for Van Dijk. They could be better, but I think Matip needs a rest. He looks a little bit fatigued, to be honest. They played a lot of games, Matip and Van Dijk. You guys have to remember that. They have played a lot of games.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think Matip is probably worth a 7. Van Dijk, I think you have to probably say that it's probably... I think he probably gets more than Matip because obviously he scored. I'm going to give him 8, I think.
Yeah, that's a valid point. He actually did score. Yeah, 8. But he needs to improve. This is just not the Van Dijk that we know.
No, absolutely not. Are you okay, guys? Trent? So, yeah, I thought Trent was sluggish today, Jeannie. Obviously, we've seen a different game, but I thought he was very sluggish. I think he was very sluggish.
I don't think he was poor, but just based on what we think Trent is, he was okay. He was. I don't think he did anything wrong. He gave the ball away a couple times, but I think 7 is still okay for Trent compared to what we're going to give to Robertson.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. VVD, I would have given 8. Robertson, 2 assists. He is best of the back 4 for me. We've given Allison 9. You probably have to say that probably Robertson's an 8 as well.
8.5. I mean, that assist he gave to Ox was sublime.
Oh,
He was so. This is the Robertson that we know. Like he hasn't been He's been now the Robertson we know for the last couple of games. I would say where it's been a little bit sluggish for him this season, but now he's picking up form, and now this was the perfect game. 8.5 for him.
8.5. Yeah, I would absolutely agree. Fabinho, I mean, that's an absolute goal streak that he's on. I mean, I keep saying it. If Salah's not on the pitch, get Fabinho to take the penalties. He always seems to score one. I mean, Fabinho, for me, I mean, I thought Fabinho was excellent today. I think he kind of, whenever Palace came forward, he was the one that was always sweeping up as well. So again, I'm going to go for another 8.5.
Yep, I agree. You said it perfectly. 8.5 for him. He's one of the best CDM players in the world.
100%. Jordan Henderson. I think Henderson was much better today. I don't know what people think about Henderson, but I thought he was much, much better today. I'm not going to give him as much as Fabinho or Hendo, but I think he was good enough for a 7.5. What about you?
Yeah, I thought Hendo was pretty good today. His crossing has to improve, though. He got into multiple occasions in the second half, at least on the right side, where he could have put in a good ball, but every cross was just atrocious. So he's got to improve on that. But I thought overall he had a good game, and I think he was in the movement for the second goal, linking up well with Ox and stuff like that. So I think 7.5 is good for Hendo.
Yeah, Curtis Jones.
A bit quiet.
Quiet. Yeah. Obviously, there was one moment where I think Elise went over his head, and that was a bit of an awkward falling from Elise. But yeah, Curtis, quiet. 7 for Curtis.
7 is good. I think he was quiet today. He was. I didn't see him much involved in the play, but I mean, if we got the win, I don't care. 7 for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Hello, Rich. Good result. Maybe a title race after all. Rich, if you are free, come on from a neutral's point of view, then I have left the link in the chat. You can obviously come on for 10, 15 minutes. Just give me a wee bell and I'll send you a wee link. But the link is it's actually pinned in the live chat there as well. Jota, I thought Jota was pretty quiet. I thought first half he was linking up the play very, very well. Second half, I thought he was very, very quiet. Obviously, with the controversial decision to give the penalty. What would you give Jota?
This is a tough one because I thought like the first 30 minutes he was pretty good linking up, and he got into a couple of good dangerous spots, but after that, he was kind of non-existent other than for the goal to be. I'll give a 7 because we won the game. I can't give lower than a 7 for anybody. But it just wasn't the Jota's game. But we got the win. I'll just keep repeating it. We got the win, so I can't falter any of the players. But he was quiet today, so 7, and he was sluggish.
Yeah, absolutely. I would absolutely agree. Bobby booked. Obviously, remember he did get booked, but. Again, I thought he was linking up the play well in the first half, but second half, obviously, he got that yellow card. And to be fair, I think everyone was sort of quiet in the second half. But what would you give Bobby today?
7. I think he had good link-up play, but just he had good link-up play. But second half, the whole attack was just kind of non-existent. Just our passing was not the greatest in the final third, but. I would give Bobby actually a 7.58 because I thought he was actually quite good today. I mean, he's not a goal scorer. He's a link-up player. He's like a false 9 sort of guy. So that's why I always like having Bobby in the striker role. But I would give him actually an 8 today. I thought he was pretty good.
Yeah, I would agree. Jeannie says Bobby 9. Interesting.
Ooh, okay.
Very, very interesting. Oxlade Chamberlain, apart from obviously the goal. Again, I thought it was a pretty quiet performance from Ox, but actually it's a great goal, great chest down, and that's what he just needs. He needs time in this team. He needs to get goals, and he just needs to sort of get a wee run together going. And obviously, he's making the best of obviously Salah and Mane being away at the AFCON as well. What did you make of Ox today?
I mean, he got the goal. And other than that, he was involved in the second goal for us as well. No, yeah, he was. So he started the play for the second goal. He switched the play over to Robertson, and then Robertson brought it back to whom I think was a great goal. I mean, other than that, Ox, I really rate Ox. I think he's just a player who has always been injured, and then he hasn't been able to get some game time, which has always hindered his performances. So I would give Ox an 8.5 because I think we should all praise him because getting the goal, and I think that's the main thing for him is getting a goal, getting some confidence. Then, I think after the international break, he might go back on the bench because I think Salah's going to come back. So,
yeah.
But he's a good player to have off the bench. That's the main thing. So I think Ox gets 8.5 for getting the goal.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree. Substitutes, Minamino, did we really see him? I can't remember.
He was
can't remember him touching the ball at all.
He gave that poor back pass when he tried to put Hendo, I think, through, and he tried a backheel pass. I was like, what are you doing? So he was poor, but we got a win, so he gets a 7.
Yeah, so standard 7. Milner didn't do much.
Didn't do much.
Just
clean it up.
Came on to shore up the get the result. I mean, Gomez again didn't do anything, but that's a big 3 points today because I think in previous seasons we would have probably either drew that or we may have potentially lost had Palace had. But I thought they were better in the second half. Oops, excuse me. I thought they were better in the second half. I didn't think they were great in the first half. But then again, we didn't really allow them to play in the first half. But massive 3 points.
First 30 minutes, we were dominant. I thought we were going to win it 4-0. The way we were just playing and moving the ball, and all of a sudden we just stopped. And I'm like, what are we doing? Why don't we just kill off these teams, get a 3-0 lead into the first half or 3-0 lead right after the second half? But instead, we allow these teams to come back into the games, especially away from home, and give them some confidence. I don't know why we can't just kill them off. We have to do better in that if we want to win the league.
Yeah, absolutely. Just to tell people about obviously the possession, we had 57% possession to 43% possession to Crystal Palace. We had 15 shots to Palace's 8. They had 5 shots on target. We had 7 shots on target. We had 5 corners, and there were obviously 10 fouls to us and 12 fouls to them. But massive 3 points. And the next Premier League game, for people wondering, is Leicester City on the 10th of February, which I believe is a Wednesday evening or Thursday evening. So, yeah, Thursday night football. I thought we were away from the Thursday night games, but obviously not.
What's our next game? Oh, is it FA Cup? Oh, okay, it's FA Cup.
Yeah, it's FA Cup. Cardiff City, 12 o'clock UK time on Sunday the 6th of February.
Yeah, I can tell our next. Let's give the next 6 games. So we have Cardiff at home, FA Cup. We have Leicester at home. Then we have Burnley away. That could be tough. Then we have the Champions League, Inter away. Then we have Norwich at home. Should be a W. And then after that we have Arsenal away. And then we have. No, actually, I think the Arsenal game will be delayed because we have the EFL Cup final.
EFL Cup final, yeah.
So it's a big month ahead. We got Champions League, and we could get some easy wins, I think, with that Premier League schedule.
I would absolutely agree as well. But we've obviously got the international break coming up, so chance to obviously enjoy more AFCON. Actually, let me just double check the Africa Cup of Nations score because it's 0-0 between Burkina Faso and Gabon at the moment. So I think this is a good opportunity as well for players to get rest, especially the European players.
Oh yeah, thank God they get some rest.
Having Newcastle gone out to Dubai for warm weather training, I think so.
Okay, well they can afford it.
They have indeed. Guys, let me see what some of you are saying. Bobby, 12.3 kilometers, 11.3.
Wow.
Wow. That is pretty good from Bobby, but massive 3 points. And yeah, we will see. Got my popcorn ready for the Liverpool garbage people talk while crying like little babies when their teams get decisions go their way as well. So all equal, if you ask me. Chris, if you want to join the stream for 10-15 minutes, then the link is in the chat. Let me know as well. Mary Wallace, thank you for tuning in. 51 points next game, then 6 behind City. Yeah, it could well be. 6 points. City have got a hard run in. City have got a wee hard run in. They've still got to go to Palace. If Palace can play like they did today, then they've got every chance of getting something. I mean, I look at Manchester City's next sort of fixtures at the moment, and as I say, they do have a hard run in February. I'll just give you
They have Brentford at home. Okay, then they got Norwich away. Okay, those are two easy wins. They got the Champions League.
They're 2 wins.
They got Champions League, and then they got Tottenham at home, Everton away, Manchester United at home, Sporting at home, Crystal Palace away. I mean, that's an okay fixture run, but it's Man City. They just have too much quality. They're able to rotate players. I hope we can get a title race because I think our game against them is 9th of April. If we can get to 4 or 5 points behind Man City and then we have to win that game, it could get interesting.
It could well get interesting. I mean, Manchester United, I know how bad Manchester United have been this season, but it's a derby. Anything can happen. So I'm not giving up yet. I think if we were to win against Leeds, that Leeds game hasn't been rescheduled. Actually, I don't know when that will be rescheduled, but I mean, who knows? But
who knows? Yep, exactly. But Doug, I gotta head out. I gotta take my dog out. Okay. Thanks for having me.
No worries. It's absolute pleasure, and I'll probably see you very soon for some probably more AFCON talk as well.
Watch along tonight for Nigeria versus Tunisia. So if you guys want to tune in for that, should be a good game. But now it's time to take the dog out and enjoy maybe Tottenham getting a big away win at Chelsea. Let's see.
All right, Michael. Thank you very much. Doug. I'll see you later. Take care. But yeah, big thank you to Michael for coming on. But yeah, as I say, I don't think that the title is over. I do not think the title is very, very much over yet. I think win that game against Leeds, that'll be the game in hand. This title is on. This title is definitely on. City dropping points yesterday just says that anything can happen in this league. Anything can happen as well. Chris says he'll come on in the second. So while we are doing that, So Brentford, you expect Man City to win. Norwich, you'd expect Man City to win. But then again, Norwich have been picking up points recently. And the last trip that Man City made to Carrow Road, they lost. So could lightning strike twice again? I mean, it probably couldn't. But if you look at it, this title race is definitely on for me as well. And I'm so glad we wore the. I'm so glad we wore all this Ecru kit. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it as well. Janie 20 says it isn't over until it's over. 100%, mate. 100%. I will be here for another 10 to 15 minutes. So, guys, if there's anybody on, Dave, I think Dave was in there. Yeah, guys, just let me know if you want to come on. And the link is pinned in the live chat. But I have to say, from looking at Alisson this season, how many times has he saved us this season? I can think of a couple of games he saved us. Brentford, he had a couple of saves in that game as well. But it's a massive 3 points. Massive 3 points today. Really, really interesting indeed. Liverpool will do in Istanbul. Oh well, I really, really hope so. I really, really hope so. Hello, Mr. Welsh.
First time on the channel, isn't it?
It is the first time. How are you?
Yeah, I'm relieved after that.
I am as well.
After the way at 2-0, I was like, oh yeah, it should be fine now. It should be fine. But when they get a goal back, you know what the Pirates fans are like.
Yeah.
The Crystal Palace fans they're always on it. And I was like, oh, when it's 2-1, it's Tristan Bull all over. Then I had the feeling.
I know. I mean, we started really, really well today. Like first 20, 30 minutes, we were all over them. Could have been about 2 or 3 up. And I think it was right on cue when Jamie Carragher said that the more that this stays 1-0, Palace always got a chance. And then all of a sudden, Robbo to Ox, and then that's 2-0. Cara said, yeah, very good timing. Very good timing. But the third goal, I mean, I've obviously tweeted, I don't think it's a penalty. What did you make of the penalty?
Yeah, it wasn't. It's one of them, isn't it? Like, we saw one incident similar with Newcastle Man City when City won 4-0, where Ederson wiped him out. That was a penalty. But this one, it's more soft. It's more soft because it's like they run into each other, to be fair. And I saw Chotta's feet as well. It's like Chotta was on Dancing on Ice. He stayed. It's like he stayed, and then all of a sudden there was tears in there, and that's when it all kicked off with Vieira and all that. But once it goes to the monitor, I was like, we're down to penalty.
Again, the penalty, yeah. And like all the people were saying it wasn't, like, it isn't a penalty, but you have to say that we've been on the end of some very, very bad decisions this season, so it evens itself out through the season. I think you said that as well. Hello, Tony Madden, thank you for tuning in. We really rode our luck in the second half. I think that's putting it lightly. I think that is putting it lightly. Look, I gave credit to Crystal Palace in the match preview and said that this is a very, very dangerous team. And Olise, I really like the look of him.
Yeah, I've been matching Liverpool about him, especially when away to Millwall, I think it was in the FA Cup, changed the game for them, for Crystal Palace. And, oh, God, I thought he stored that. I thought he stored that knob.
I know, I did as well.
I was thinking to myself, oh, danger here. And then when Benteke came on, I was like, oh, he's on the stars, and he always seems to have a good record whenever he's not playing for Liverpool.
Yeah, quite interesting though. That's our 10th consecutive victory against Crystal Palace.
Yeah. And now it's mad. It's mad because it always seems to. Away to Crystal Palace, I'm always like, slightly nervous for this, especially when fans in stadiums. But it's always been tough, hasn't it? Well, ignoring last season, no fans in the stadium, even though we still have to jump on the bouncy castle around winning 7-0 at Crystal Palace. We do need to say, look what happened after that. Let's not talk about that. So everyone out of that. And then, but yeah, it's always tough when fans are there. It's always been a 2-0, 2-1 in past meetings, 3-1. Well, 3-1 today as well.
Yeah, I'm just obviously looking at our fixtures now. Obviously, our next Premier League game is Leicester at home, and then it's Burnley away, and then it will be the Champions League, and then the Cup final. So big February coming up. I mean, Leicester just can't finish their dinner at the moment, so that'll be a very good game at Anfield.
I think we're gonna have the bid 2 players back, aren't we? So Mane,
yes,
I think, for that. So it should be. But to be fair, we're unbeaten without both of them, aren't we?
I know, it's mad. It's mad. Everyone was saying we were going to struggle. We were going to struggle. But yeah, there's I think been one draw and a couple of wins in there. So it's a very, very good win today.
We do need to pick up full maximum points in that
100%.
100%. Even if City top points still, I still think we still need to do a full match to say, like I said, it's like in F1 terms from the F1 title list just done.
Yes.
When Verstappen was running away with it, then Hamilton disputably came back.
Yeah.
So we basically want to be a Hamilton. Obviously not like the last day of the season. And it took offwards from the FIA, but from the Premier League, for example.
Yeah, absolutely. 1892 Reds podcast. Whoever is in the chat, if you want to come on, please feel free to do so. please feel free to do so. Go on, Chris. Great to see you on the stream. Yeah, it's. I have to say, I've been meaning to get you on for a while. We've kind of been talking about it in the pipeline, but hasn't materialised. But managed to get you on. Today. Title race isn't over yet.
Well, before this weekend, I was obviously saying no chance. There's more chance of me down the day with Rwanda, but they proved me one. I do want to be proved one, and I do want to be proved one with Man City as well, thinking they're unstoppable. Which they still are, slightly. They still are, but this shows Southampton had a good door against them, and
yeah,
you just never know.
Don't be too scared of playing Manchester City, because they are there to be got at. You looked at them yesterday. Kyle Walker-Peters getting a very good goal. Yes, I know they obviously equalised later on from Americ Laporte, but apart from that, Southampton are the only team to have actually taken points off City home and away this season. So
I'm shocked. While Hasenhüttl didn't start crying at full time. Like he did.
I know, I was as well.
1-0 win. It's nonsense. That really is nonsense. I know it's good for you, but come on. If you won a cup final, then I'll understand.
This is a good point, Tony Madden. If nothing else, it's proved we are not a one-man team.
Yeah, to be fair, Man City have two teams, don't they? Can rely on two teams. We rely on multiple players. I think Chelsea are probably one-man team, in my opinion.
Yeah. We do have another guest. Hello, Luke.
How are we doing, guys?
Yeah, good. How are you after that?
Same stream as well.
I still got a heart left. Do you know what I mean? I mean, Chris watched our watch along. I mean, I don't know if you did, Doug, but me and Rick had mixed opinions on that second half penalty decision. It was a tough one. I mean, personally, my opinion, no, I don't think it is. I just think that where Jota loses control of the ball, I think he then knows where the goalkeeper is to then initiate contact for Guehi to then commit the foul. Yeah, I mean, Rick's turned around and said it's a stonewall penalty because he cleaned him out. I mean, for me, I see in a situation as well where if that's given against us, then I think we're complaining it's not a penalty. I think because we've received the penalty, we were so poor in the game in the second half. It's like we'll take it because we need the 3 points desperately to then, obviously get the 3 points to get closer to Man City, but. Yeah. We take it, don't we? 3 points, we get closer to City. There's, we go forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Alisson Becker was voted man of the match. He's my man of the match. I'm pretty sure he was your Chris. He was your man of the match. Was he your man of the match, Luke?
I think he has to be. I think I said there was a couple of notable performances. Jones again was good. I think Robertson was very good today. I think Robertson was, very good with his defensive work in the second half. I think it was there was a moment with Elise with that chance he had where Alisson made the save. But I mentioned about why is he that player that's come from that left back position all the way over to that side of the pitch? Like I was a bit concerned, but I think apart from them two, I think Alisson was just excellent. I think he made 5 or 6.
Connor, the link is in the chat if you want to come on, be on the same stream as Chris Welsh. Because there's always been a wee joke about
navigator.
Yeah.
But no, I agree with you both guys. I think Alisson was superb today. First half, he made 2 great saves. From there's a couple of chances with Palisade. The second half, he just proved why he's the best in the world. Like he's won us the points today.
Yeah, I said it earlier to Michael, Chris. It's actually nice to have 2 good, outstanding goalkeepers now.
Makes a change, doesn't it? When we had with Odsonne being back off and the forgotten man Calliot, and can't do one with either goalkeeper, can you? With Odsonne or Teher, I think. it's going to be interesting with Selhurst because does he want to stay as number 2? Because it's that question whether he wants to be a guaranteed first team starter for another club, wherever it is, whether it's Premier League or abroad. And so we're so lucky. It's same with back in we have Robertson and as you call him, the Creed Stouter, as I call him,
Simicast. Yeah, Connor, I did see that. Navigator was in the AFCON team of the group stage, phenomenal player.
Well,
Connor,
but with the greatest respect in the world, up to the teams he's playing against, come on. Yeah, Navigator, Sadio Mane, most stars are one-man team in Egypt, so...
Yeah. Hello to Arpon. Thank you very much for tuning in. Oxlade Chamberlain, Luke, seems to have got a little bit of more confidence around him. I think it's great to see him get another goal. It's basically like London buses. You wait for one, and then 2 come at once, and hopefully that's the start of things to come for the goals.
I think Ox was very good. I think I said on the stream, we done the watch along today. I felt that I don't think he'll play 90 minutes because he's just come back from an injury. But I think for the 60 minutes he played, I think he was probably our best attacker out of the 3. I think he looked good when he had the ball. He looked good without the ball. He looked good defensively as well. I did notice, when Minamino come on, no disrespect to Minamino, but that defensive side where Ox was doing so well, it got quite exposed on that right hand side for us. So. It's obviously not his fault in particular, but that work rate that Ox did today, it was very hard to sort of maintain that level. But no, a big shout out to Ox. It was a good goal. He took his goal well. I was a bit worried that the greatest refs, as Connor said, would give it offside for Firmino, but he did well today, Ox. And I was actually quite shocked he was in the starting 11. I thought he would go with Minamino today. But
I thought he would as well. Actually, I don't know about you, Chris, but when I saw the team, I was pleasantly surprised to see Ox in it.
Yeah, it just shows how quick he recovers from an injury, which is a change for Oxlade Chamberlain, isn't it? When he's not a hospital bed model for the NHS. So
yeah,
and but yeah. Played well today.
This is interesting. This is an interesting thing from Brian. I see big changes to the goalkeeper in the summer. Karius and Adrian will go. Kelleher gets a loan. Proper experience backup needed.
I disagree with that. I think Adrian and Karius possibly would go. I don't think they make that decision to let Kelleher go as well as those two. To be quite honest with you, I don't think Liverpool is silly to do that. To be honest,
it's not needed. Come on. It's not needed, is it? It's like, well, we need to get rid of Virgil and Karius. Don't care where, just get rid of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I obviously, I'm not firing, not like that in the firing ways, and just really just send them. I don't know, send them over to the National League or something.
Send them to Carlisle.
No, thanks.
No. I think Carlisle got better goalkeepers than Adrian. That is for sure. Matip, sluggish again, but we have to remember Matip's had a very, very good season, and there's going to be some games where he will have bad games. But again, I think I was surprised to see him in the team. I thought Konate might have come in.
I think he looked tired, Matip, today. I think it was an effect on Thursday as well. I think he looked a bit sort of out of place as well. I think Klopp did the right thing to take him off at half time, but I think today again, it was just he looked good for the first half an hour because Liverpool were good in general, but just seeing that that misplaced pass he did when he gave it to Elise, I just think it was like, okay, maybe it's just a one-off thing, but I think even 3 or 4 phases of play later, including the second half, he was quite poor today. But I'm with you, Doug. I think he's been, in my opinion, our best defender this season. I think he does need a rest. Maybe Konate. I think this is definitely going to help, the break that we've got coming up for this week. The Cardiff game, I'm hoping that Matip doesn't get slung into that. Hopefully Konate and probably would be Gomez, I reckon. But even for the next league game, you know, if Konate comes in, let's give Matip that sort of respect he deserves a little bit, maybe a bit of a rest, and hopefully he can sort of settle back into the team later on.
Yeah, absolutely. Hello, Ricky. Martin needs to be left out now. Konate time, please. Interesting.
Mixed opinions.
If Kelleher isn't happy to sit on the bench, though, all the best teams have a Sergio Romero type, and we don't, just kids. That is a good point. That is a very, very good point. But I don't see Kelleher. I just don't see Kelleher going, because I think he's 22. Yes, you know, he might need to play because of Republic of Ireland's sake, but even then, I just think Kelleher is such a very good number 2. So we'll go through the fixtures in February. There is that game against Leicester City on the Thursday, the 10th of February. Leicester have not drawn again 1-1, Luke. How confident would you be going into that game thinking that we could probably win that?
I think we're at home for a start. I think it's definitely will be confident for that. I mean, since they beat us, they've not really been in the greatest run of form, have they? I mean, they've dropped points again today. You know, that defeat against Spurs as well. Psychologically, they might be thinking a bit, you know, can we sort of see out games or get results? I'm confident. I mean, we've gone through a run of games now where we've had no Salah, no Mane, no Keita. You know, we've had 2 of our best players taken out of our side, and we've definitely, you know, we've dealt with it. So, you know, we've got Leicester coming up. Mo Salah and Mane are definitely going to be sharp and up for the Premier League, because I think that result today is definitely given us a glimmer of hope that we could be in this race. We still need City to drop a few more points, but yeah, I'm confident we can beat Leicester at home. We've got a good home record, so yeah, I'm confident we can get the result.
Yeah, and Chris, obviously, I know you haven't focused on AFCON too much, but there is one game in particular, like Ivory Coast against Egypt. I've actually predicted Ivory Coast to beat Egypt, so we could potentially have Salah back probably before the Leicester City game, but I don't want him thrown in against Cardiff. I don't think he needs to play against Cardiff. Could we maybe see Harvey Elliott against Cardiff?
Yeah, I think so. It'll be good then for him to come back in, with all due respect to Cardiff, who are in the Championship, only in the year below, sorry. And it'll be good then for him to see him in. Like, obviously, just don't rush him back. Let's not use our heads like they use Tanner, just throw everyone back in, just slowly put them in, and like 60 minutes or something for Harvey Elliott, then Cardiff, then take him off.
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to be too harsh. But Minamino looked invisible. I didn't think he looked great when he came on.
I think, as I mentioned before, Doug, I think it was a real tough game to really sling him on. I mean, I've mentioned about, you know, it's Minamino when he gets sort of the goal contributions for Liverpool, it's more in the, you know, like the 2-0s and the 3-0s, and he'll get the sort of last goal. He's the one that gets that final goal, which, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with, but I also think that, is he that sort of player that is able to rely on if you bring him on with that sort of stage of the game where we were struggling a lot? I mean, obviously different positions, but Milner is a type of player I look at and I think we can bring him on and I can rely on him to do a job. Is Minamino that type player? I'm not so sure, but I don't want to be too harsh on him today. I think, as I said before, I think Ox played so well. It was so hard for them Minamino to come on and continue that sort of form. But, you know, Cardiff, he might get an opportunity to see, hopefully, if he does well there.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Also going into February, we've got Burnley away, which I don't like going to a club that's fighting relegation.
And they've got 5 games in hand.
I know.
It's a pretty nightmare when you're in the title race, down to teams who are fighting for where they're away from home. Because as most all of us will probably say, yeah, we should probably beat them comfortably, because they're not being very good this season, Burnley, and they've not they have to cut in heads up front with Cornet or Cornetto, as Doug calls him, going out on that con. They just got goals off the Burnley, but it's just defensively. It's only a worry for Burnley, but I think we should beat them. Come on.
I honestly don't need you saying the same thing as Statman Stubbs does, saying that I call him Cornetto, which is quite funny. After Burnley is obviously the Champions League, and then it's Norwich after that, and then obviously it is the cup final.
Beat them all right.
Norwich, yeah.
Yeah, come on, we'll beat them.
There was a red card apparently.
No,
there was a red.
I think
it was a red card.
I think there was something that was looked into at the Chelsea game, but the referee said no. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. There was a VAR check for a red card, but it was. Who was it? I don't know who it was against. I don't know if it was a Tottenham player or Chelsea player, but they checked it and nothing was given. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm not sure who it was, but there was no red card given.
Yeah, definitely. And then obviously the Cup final after that as well. And City's run after that is pretty difficult. They've got Man United. I think they've got Palace coming up as well. So you'd expect maybe them to drop points. A derby's a derby at the end of the day, but you never know.
Spurs coming up as well, which is normally a body team for Man City.
Yes.
I think as well with the title race. I mean, obviously us doing our job today was good, but I just believe that we need to be within minimum 6 points behind them before we play them. Like it's going to be when we don't play them till April. So we've got tough games ourselves. We've got to play United as well again. We've got to play Spurs again. We've got to play City, of course, but it's going to be difficult. But we've got a decent run of fixtures now. We've got Leicester's going to be a tough game, but I think we'll beat them at home. Norwich, no disrespect to them, we should be beating Norwich. It's one of those where if we're not at least 5 to 6 points off them by the time we play them, then for me we ain't going to catch them. But we never know. Liverpool, we believe in this club for a reason because we love this club, obviously, and you never know in football. Football's a funny game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I said it before. It's like when halfway through the F1 season, the past season for Verstappen was running away with it, and then Hamilton came on. That could be us, Hamilton, but obviously not the final day of the season where it does all tips up, and the whole doomsday comes on.
That would be funny. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you to Michael Talks Football for coming on. Chris Welsh, absolute pleasure to get you on.
No worries.
How's your new channel doing anyway?
Yeah, I'm not really that bothered about when trying chip ones, Bedford subs and lights and all that. I'm not one of them. So I just get on with it. Just give my honest opinion on anything.
Yeah,
so
honestly, that's what I like about you is
the
your
mighty
opinion.
Carl as well.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I like about you. You just say things like you see them, and you just don't care what other people think. I absolutely like that about you. So
you should.
Yeah.
I'm not. You shouldn't be like someone who, whenever a certain Arsenal fan. I think Doug who knows who I'm on about, who complains when no one's Watson, and he's like you're missing a Stoops saying, I don't care if they're at work, they should be watching my content. Well, we got a life, so that's what it is.
It's fantastic to get you on. Absolutely fantastic to get you on, and hopefully we'll get you on for maybe another podcast or something like that. Luke, thank you very much for coming on. How's the 1892 Reds podcast doing? I've seen you were quite close to 400 now.
Yeah, we are close to 400. We are 25 away, I believe, from 400. So I think that's mine and Rick's target. Hopefully to get there before the end of the season. That would be brilliant. But again, Doug, thanks for letting me come on. Really appreciate it. We'll have to definitely do some more together, because I enjoy coming on to other podcasts as well. It's great. Chris, absolute legend, mate. I honestly, in the comments of mine and Doug's, and your channel. I really enjoy watching as well. So keep up the good work, mate.
Stop it, you make me put.
Yeah, so we're about 25 away from 400, but we're live tonight at 7. So I believe we've got Connor coming on tonight to join us. So yeah, join us for that one. And Doug, again, thank you very much for letting me come on.
Aye, absolute pleasure, guys. The Reds are back in winning action again. 3-1 victory over Crystal Palace. 9 points now behind Manchester City. Is the title race still on? I'll let people decide. But anyway, from the three of us, it is goodbye, and you'll never walk alone. Cheers, Reds.